Good morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, subscribers, my Trevorites, my lovers and my haters, the wasted spacers, chicken chasers. Thank you all very much for coming onto this wonderful channel where we all belong. What a community we have here. But, as I always say, if you're watching this video right now and you've not yet subscribed, why not? It's free! Well, it's Sunday morning. People say to me, I had a lovely email this morning actually from Maureen. I'm going to mention you, Maureen. Thank you very much. Wonderful email. Trevor, take some time out for yourself. And I do. There's a lot going on in the world of Trevor. So I'm just trying to, I try and stay grounded every day. Like this morning, straight away, I wake up thinking I've got cancer because there's a massive weight on my chest. And I'm like, ugh, only to find my dog with its two paws looking at me. So, yeah, woke up this morning quite early then. I think I was awake from about 6. Up, yep, took the dog for a walk, fed the dog for a walk, fed the son, got things ready, spoke to the ex-wife. What time do you want our boy at? Such and such. Tell you what, I'll give you the 10. Does 10 suit you? Yeah, 10 suits me. Okay, I'll bring him across with all his stuff. And we'll do the handover at 10. Are you happy? Yep. Can I borrow your lawnmower? Yes. Well, what for? You live on a second floor flat. Would you want my lawnmower floor? My neighbour's old. I can see that she's struggling with her garden. Let me borrow it. Let me sort this out. Give it back to you. And I'll clean it. So there we go. So it's been one of those mornings. Maureen. Yeah, so that'll be my morning. There we go. What else is going on? Well, I noticed a bit of a spat. Now, Twitter is a place where I can speak to YouTube. It's also a place where I can speak to politicians, local councillors, celebrities, people that I actually need to get in touch with to either support them or they support me or to promote veterans. Or it's not great mentally on Twitter because it's a place where hatred thrives. People control you. Troll, T-R-O-L-L. People control you and it's non-stop. Anyway, there we go. I look at it for the positive and not the negative. But I seen negative yesterday and I was like, oh. So when I seen negative yesterday from a friend of mine called Matthew Marsden, I sent him a quick WhatsApp message. He got back in touch with me. I then went, what have you done? And he then phoned me up and we had a chat. And the chat I had with Matthew offline was a bit strange compared to what was happening on Twitter. Because on Twitter, Matthew wrote a comment that said about Bud Light, the so-called fake beer. And he said, this is what happens when men come together. When men come together and we boycott a product, it loses billions. If only women would come together with the same sort of passion towards tampons or towards something else, which is being promoted by Dylan, the trans guy, trans woman, sorry, I don't care. And then women started attacking him going, well, how dare you? We have been fighting this. We're doing our best. And Matthew said he was being attacked by quite a few women because of his post. And he then got called a misogynist and this and that. Now, I know that Matthew's got 9 kids. I know he has a beautiful wife. I know he's got about 5 daughters. I know that he's not a misogynist. I know him personally. But he got pissed off of it. And he went, and he, rather than go, okay, I apologise, Matthew's the type of guy that just goes, I'm sick of this. So Matthew tweeted to these women that were attacking him, go and calm down, have some chocolate. And I was like, oh, God, mate, why did you post that? And he just went, I'm just sick of it, Trevor. Do you know what I mean? What Matthew was trying to point out was, and these women didn't see it because they were focused, rather than deal with what he meant, they turned away from the transgenderism and they focused on Matthew. And I just thought that's a bit weird. What Matthew was trying to say was, I'm not saying women not to use tampons and boycott it. I'm saying women not to use the brand with the transgender woman on the side of the box. If you all decide to use a different brand of that product, then they will think twice about putting him, her, them, thee, them, him on the side of the products. So I got the message he was trying to put out, but the message was lost in just attacks. And I was like, oh, wow. So after I spoke to Matthew, this is what happened. You can go and check this out yourself. I put a tweet out to say, just had a lovely Zoom chat with Matthew Marsden. He actually does a lot for women's rights behind the scenes. Now, that's what I wrote. Go and check it. That resulted in women coming onto my Twitter and going, oh, that's it. If you support Matthew, I'm unfollowing you. That's it. You've lost my support. And I'm like, wow. So when someone said to me, that's it, I'm unfollowing you, that was the first time I'd even known that that person was following me. So I responded by saying, oh, I didn't know you were following me. And then that resulted in another thing. Oh, who do you think you are? I just thought, oh, Jesus. So there we go. That's the type of tit-for-tat shit that you get on that platform. Thank God we don't get it on here. I understand Matthew. I support him. There we go. It is what it is. Right, people. Now, here is some awesome news. The BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, or as many people call it, the British Biased Corporation. It's called many things. Right. The British Broadcast Corporation, their director in charge of it, has sent out hundreds and hundreds of redundancy letters to its stars to try and claw back millions of pounds that it has lost through people cancelling their TV licence. Now, the weird thing is, regardless which side of the fence you sit on, forget about politics, but for a while there was massive controversy over what Gary Lineker had said about refugees and about Nazis and things like that. There was massive controversy. BBC decided to sort of not put him on for about a week, which resulted in the likes of other football pundits quitting and stars saying, I won't do it, I won't do it, I won't do it, I won't do it. Now, that was the opportunity the BBC had. That was the opportunity the BBC had to say, okay, you've decided to walk out on us. No redundancy. You can go. They had a chance to do that and bring in fresh retired footballers to be pundits. Fresh retired managers to be pundits. And they could have put them in there on lower wages compared to what they're paying the big stars. But they didn't. They backed down, which has resulted in them now losing millions of pounds in people quitting the BBC licence. Now, the weird thing is, there is and I will say this, a BBC newsreader who I hold in high regard. I think he's a fantastic broadcaster. And he was the one who was so calm and chilled whenever he announced the Queen's passing. His name is Hugh Edwards, who's probably going to be narrating or being on the King's Coronation. He will be the guy that will do that. But he's received a redundancy letter. He has. And you've got the likes of Nick Robinson, who's received a redundancy letter, which is quite strange, if I'm honest. Who else have I got down here? Sophie Raworth, Clyde Myers. So they're trying to get rid of all the stars and offering redundancy to save millions. They had the chance with Gary Lineker and his pundits, and they blew it. I don't see them. And then we see Elon Musk, who completely schooled a BBC journalist. Schooled him. And we all went, oh, the BBC's a bit weird then, isn't it? Having seen that. So the BBC it's sort of etched in history. It's part of the foundation of the United Kingdom. It's something. The BBC, believe it or not, whether you like it or not, it's as sacred as, the BBC name is as sacred as things like the NHS. I'm not saying they're the same, yeah, but the NHS is important. The BBC, believe it or not, was important to the UK broadcaster. But everything that politicians touch falls apart. Whenever you go woke, you go broke. Right, what else is happening? Found out today that 6,000 members of His Majesty, nearly said Her Majesty, 6,000 members of the armed forces are going to be taking part in the King's Coronation. And out of those 6,000, they come from 30 different Commonwealth countries, all over. So that's going to be exciting news, isn't it? It certainly is. Now, here's a bit which it may shock you, it may not shock you. Right. Sources close to Prince Harry and Netflix have announced the real reason why Harry's coming to the coronation. Allegedly, there was conversations prior to him agreeing to come by him and his father, where they wanted to reach a compromise. I think Harry's trying to heal the rift And the king's like, well, the king will always be, like a dad and a mum will always be to their kids. Okay, last chance. Okay, we'll always give our kids last chance. It'll always be last chance. You did it before, okay, last chance. And I think that's a parent thing. It's nothing to do with the country. It's a parent thing. It's natural, isn't it? However, sources at Netflix, and I have written this down, have stated that Harry was under extreme pressure to keep up appearances with the royal family because they know at Netflix that had he have not attended, it would have damaged the brand that they're trying to put out where they're part of the royal family. So, in order to keep up appearances and to keep the brand going in the US, he had to come for that. But I think we already knew that, didn't we? So it's not about son respecting my father. You can't slag off your family and earn money from all these little tit-for-tat things and then come in and go, well, I'm here to support you, Dad. I'm here to support you. Oh, thanks for coming, Henry. No problem, Dad. Wait. Record. What did you say, Father? Yeah, this is for spare too. So it's a bit weird, but I think we already know that. Now, I got a call yesterday morning from a well-established newspaper asking me if I was going to the King's Coronation. And I said no. I said, no, I will not be attending. If I'm honest, and I said to him, if I'm honest, I think the King's Coronation is a momentous moment. I think everyone's going to go and it's going to be fantastic. I'm probably going to go and meet up with Steph, the altar nerd in London. I said I would meet her and we'll have a chat and stuff. That's separate. But when it comes to the King's Coronation, many veterans who suffer from combat experiences and who have PTSD, it's taken us months, years to get into a good place mentally. So would we want to go to the King's Coronation? Well, yeah, if we can, we would go. But if Harry's going and the threat that he's brought to the coronation and the fact that he's now a target, why would I want to go and put myself into that type of situation which could trigger my PTSD and damage years of therapy? So I don't think many veterans that suffer mentally will actually attend the coronation due to other things which may be coming in. Anyway, listen. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for the support on the channel. It means a lot. It means a lot. My target now and my goal now on this channel is just to reach 90,000. And I think we can do it. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there that support me. And I support them. Someone said to me yesterday, I think it's my community page, I thought you were taking a break. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, I'm taking a break from live streams. I am. Because I've got so much going on, but I'll still do my videos. I'll still keep you up to date with what's going on. Right, people, listen, have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Make sure you're subscribed. Take care.